Shep, after all the fears of stagflation, the US economy has just quietly soldiered on. Surely the question today is, what could go right?
I think what is underappreciated is the economic stability we see in the US today and around the globe. And obviously, there are a lot of geopolitical headlines and micro economies that aren't all humming perfectly, but a lot of the global economy is doing well. And I'm excited about the seeds of stimulus that were planted last year in the form of lower rates in the US and in a lot of places around the world. In the US, the big, beautiful bill stimulus and other stimulus coming out of DC that should start to really impact the economy in a positive way here in 2026. And then we have all the AI investment that is teed up and ready to start humming.
Let's take AI as a case in point. Obviously, a huge acceleration of growth in that investment and capital expenditure. Is this a bubble or is this just a good old-fashioned, good quality boom?
It may turn out to be a bubble for sure, but it's too early to say that it's a bubble today. The investment really is just getting underway and has a multi-year life to it. What I'm excited about is to see some of the AI enhancements and productivity gains that we might see in 2026 that I think a lot of folks are skeptical of. And I think that could drive more of the investment even further from here.
So as professional investors, we can't always be optimistic about everything. We have to sit back and think about risk. What risks do you think there are for the US equity market this year that perhaps could appear?
The risk that keeps me up at night is the threat of higher interest rates, and not so much the Fed, but the long-term interest rate. And that could be spurred higher by higher inflation. I think that's unlikely, but I'm more concerned about government debt levels. Obviously, the US debt has been growing at quite a clip, and government debt around the world also. And the global fixed income markets are cue off of the US 10-year rate. And if that were to go meaningfully higher, I think it would be quite challenging for equity markets here in the US and around the world.
Coming a little closer back to home, what are the sectors and the themes that you're really focusing on for 2026?
One of the things that I'm most excited about is that we've seen breadth in the equity markets. There is divergence in individual stocks like we haven't seen in a while. So in 2025, for example, both growth and value stocks did well. So it wasn't a growth value story for the first time in many years. And when stocks act differently, it sets us up better to potentially outperform. If everything's acting the same, it's harder. I think with AI and other stimulus inputs, I think there's going to be some big winners and some big losers. And we got to get the stocks right. More right than wrong, but that environment tends to play to our favor.